Hello and welcome to our final project for MIS 325. My name is Jamie Stadel and I did this project along with Jeremy Dibbert, and we did our project on digital and social media marketing. Before I get started with this presentation, I would like to go over what we will be talking about in this presentation. We will first talk about the importance of social media marketing. Next, we will talk about the importance of digital media marketing. Then we will go into the differences between social and digital media marketing. And finally, we will conclude with digital and social media marketing compared to traditional forms of marketing. First, we will talk about the importance of social media marketing. Before we go into the importance of social media marketing, I would like to first go over who uses social media and how many of our consumers actually use social media. An article I found entitled How Social Media Impacts Brand Marketing by Nielsen.com says that 60% of consumers research a product through online sources before they decide to make a purchase. Today, social media users are more likely to read a review online before making a decision in purchasing a product or service. 3 out of 5 social media users will create their own reviews, and females are more likely to recommend products to others, with 81% of them being females and 72% of males doing so. 58% of consumers will choose to write a bad review about a product from a bad experience, and 1 in 4 social media users will write bad reviews in order to punish a company. Now we will go on to the benefits of using social media marketing. I found this article entitled The Top 10 Benefits of Social Media Marketing by Jason Demers, and this was off of Forbes. I found this very interesting and it had a lot of good information, so I'd like to share that. The first topic it talked about was increased brand recognition, which is an important aspect of social media because the more visible you are, the more valuable you are to customers, and the more valuable your customers will be to you. It's a new way to essentially talk to your customers, and it's an effective way for existing customers to become more familiar with you, and you can gain new customers in the process. The second is improved brand loyalty. Social media can make your customers loyal to your brand. And this article stated that a study published by Convince and Convert discovered that 53% of Americans who follow brands on social media were loyal to their brands. The next benefit of using social media marketing is that it gives more opportunities to convert, which when it talks about converting is mostly talking about creating a following. And it talks about in the article that every post on social media is a new opportunity to bring new customers to your company. And it's by building a following gives opportunities for new customers, recent customers, and old customers to interact with your company. And overall, the more positive response you get, the more likely those customers will actually purchase something too. And then with social media marketing also gives a chance for higher conversion rates. And it talks about the humanization element of social media and improving your credibility here. Brands, basically with social media, brands can kind of almost act like a human, and people can like, share, comment, and your company on social media can do the same. You can talk to others. It creates a very humanized element with that. Next is higher brand authority, and it also kind of what I was talking about with higher conversion rates. The more you interact with your customers, the more honorable your company becomes, the more loyal and more valuable your company becomes. We'll continue on to number 6, which is increase inbound traffic. Social media offers increased inbound traffic. Without it, your brand is only limited to those who you're familiar to for brands. The higher the quality of content you put out, the more traffic which could lead to possibly more conversions similar to what we just talked a little bit about in the previous slide. Next is decreased market cost. And this makes a lot of sense because it takes very little time and energy to increase traffic to your social media. And the article states that it recommends spending about an hour a day, and you can easily see results after just spending very little energy and time into it. I believe obviously the more you spend with it, the higher chances you'll get a lot of traffic to your site. And there's also paid advertising through Facebook and Twitter, which is actually fairly cheap. I know where I work, we've actually used Facebook a lot, and I know I work at the Boys and Girls Club, and our families love it. We've discovered that it really helps to bring a lot of traffic to our website when we use those paid advertisements, and I know those are actually pretty reasonable, so it's definitely a good investment for businesses. Number 8 is better search engine rankings. This one I found particularly interesting because I did not know that about this at all. From the article, it states Google and other search engines may be calculating their rankings using social media presence as a significant factor. Frequently posting and utilizing social media is collected as a brand signal to them and to the search engines, I should say. It shows that your brand is legitimate, credible, trustworthy, and overall, the more you post on social media, it'll increase your opportunities for better search engine results. Number 9, richer customer experience. Social media is another way of communicating similar to like a phone call or email, and customer interactions are very crucial in social media to enhance the relationships with your customers, both new, old, soon-to-be customers. It gives an example talking about, and similar to what we had talked about earlier in the class in a discussion post. It says like if someone has a complaint about your product, they can use social media to complain about it. But then you have the capability in your business to apologize publicly and take action to make it right, which in the long run is only going to make your company look better. And then on the flip side, someone could comment something positively about your company, and then you can acknowledge that compliment saying, hey, thank you. And that will also make your company look better. Number 10, the final one for social benefits of social media marketing is improved customer insights. And this gives you an opportunity to find out what your customers are interested in. It's easy to discover what your customers like and who they are. Next, we will go on to the second point of our presentation, which is, importance of digital media marketing. Before I go on to the next slide, my partner kind of separated this into the pros and then the cons of not using digital media marketing. So first of all, the pros of digital media marketing. Using digital media marketing is a very cost-effective form of marketing, and especially it's really good for small businesses because it's easy for small businesses to have a hard time competing with the ad space available that large companies have. But digital media marketing is great, especially for small businesses, because it's very cost-effective and it's easy to get results. The second point is that it allows a company to target its ideal buyers. With a lot of like traditional marketing techniques, with billboards or flyers or whatever it may be, digital media marketing gives you the opportunities and better chances of reaching the target audience. With digital media marketing, you are able to adapt your tactics quickly. So if you want to change a technique or something's not working quite right, you can easily and quickly change your tactics. Whereas to like traditional media marketing, you can't quite do it as quickly because you have the flyers out already, or you need to make updates to the flyers, whatever it may be. And number 4, your customers are on social media. About 1/3 of the world's population uses some form of social media regularly, so it's a great opportunity to reach your customers because they are on social media. Next, the cons of not using digital media marketing. Number one, you could lose your market share. If your business puts very little or no money towards digital media marketing, and new companies they will slowly and surely take over your market share. Number two, lack of knowledge of your customers. Digital media marketing, it allows your company to get to know their consumers through search patterns and website user feedback to find and fix weak points in marketing strategy. Number three, poor integration. Digital media marketing allows companies to integrate and become more effective in general versus traditional media and response channels. Falling behind. If your company doesn't invest in digital media marketing, it will fall behind on the times in technology. And if you are utilizing the newest technologies and research, you'll keep your customer base and grow your customer base. So it's important to not fall behind, stay up to date on technology. Next, we are going to go over the differences between digital and social media marketing. They are very similar, but there are some differences. I discovered this article entitled The 3 Differences Between Digital and Social Media Marketing by Jason Merrill, and this was from Harlow Interactive, which is a web design digital agency based out of Portland, Oregon. In this article, he states that there are 3 main differences: the goal, the means used, and the planning. With social media's goal is used to encourage the communication about a company using social media, whereas digital marketing are the ones that create the content to catch the desired audience's attention. The means used with social media is only used through social media networks, whereas digital media, they can use a variety of outlets like blogs, videos, images, etc. to promote the business. The planning. Merrill states in the article that social networks can be somewhat simple. You only need to study where the target audience is and simply open an account on that social network, which is very true. You just need to understand your target audience, open a social media account, and there you go, essentially is what it's saying. Whereas digital media, he believes it's a little more complex. You need to do a little more studying and understanding of what the customer wants, and then create content with the appropriate tools. Finally, we're on the final point now. We're going to talk about digital and social media marketing compared to traditional forms of marketing. Again, there are pros and cons to both, so we'll go over that. Some pros for digital media and social media. Your consumers can choose how they receive your content, so they can choose to like your page or not. Obviously, you can use different strategies to target them. There is a wide range of customers you can reach on digital media, and you also have the ability to interact with your customers if you choose to, which, as we talked about earlier in the presentation, it's very much encouraged to do so. There are some a con with digital media is that your customers can spread a bad experience about your product. But however, we did talk about earlier, the way you react to that will definitely make a difference in your business for sure. Next, we'll go on to traditional media, some pros with that. One thing nice with traditional media is that customers can have a physical copy of the advertisement to look through as many times as they want to. From my personal experience, I did like that. I went to a bridal showcase for my wedding, and I was able to get a lot of pamphlets from a lot of places. And after looking at all those places, I had those in my hands, and I can kind of go over pricing and differences and kind of help to make some decisions there. Traditional media tends to be very easy to comprehend. because it's a very familiar type of marketing. Traditional media has been around longer, it's been known longer, whereas digital media is becoming used more and more. So I think over time it'll be even easier to comprehend. Some cons with traditional media is that the cost of traditional media is definitely more expensive than digital media marketing. As we discussed earlier, digital media marketing is a very cost-effective way. It's pretty cheap to open a social media account and do digital media. And with traditional media, it's kind of difficult to gauge the success of the advertisement, whereas like the digital and social media platforms, it help to discover the information. This concludes our project. These are some of the sources we used for our information. Thank you for watching.